any concerns that I need to know, any requests. You know, I know sometimes I do take requests of what to focus on in the body, or if you have any questions, since we have a little bit of time before we begin, you're welcome to ask me.
I have a lot of lower back pain. This is Diana.
And Diana, okay, great.
And I don't do much yoga.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so today my goal is to I'm gonna choose a practice that's not so much of like, there's so many various different types of yoga practice that, as far as talking about the physical practice. So today I'm going to be not a typical kind of like a gym style. I'm going to go a little slower, if that's okay with everybody. Okay. I'm more into setting up the details just so you guys can understand how to set yourself up, which I'm hoping will be helpful. And Diana, do you have blocks?
No, I was going to use books. I don't have blocks. Yeah. Should I just use the books, or?
I'm thinking what would be, let's explore here a little bit. Do you have maybe like single rolled up toilet tissue paper? You have something of that nature, or even like cans? I'm thinking books, unless you stack a few, will be efficient. But if you just have one is better than none. However, if you have like two of the same size of like maybe, you know, cans of soup or something that's two, or if you have only one, then you know, that's fine too. For now, we'll improvise.
Like cans.
Sure, and we'll be good. Or, and also if all of you guys can grab just a typical pillow, would be good too. Okay, so I may or may not use all these things, but these are just things that I'm going to suggest for you guys to have. So if you guys are hearing me, please go ahead and grab some of those things. And if you have kind of like a scarf where it's not too stretchy, you can use a belt. These would be some good props to have as well. So if you can grab those, we may or may not use these things. I'm just like to be prepared. So we don't have to do a little intermission just to get things. Okay, well, that's good to know. If you have spinal issues, we all have, well, I don't know about you all, but even including myself, just because I'm a yoga teacher, I also have personal concerns of in my body. So what was that?
You got 2 mats. No, there's no room. I don't know.
Does everybody have yoga mat? If you don't, if you're on a carpet is great too. Ivy Chu is joining us. Okay. Hortensia, nice. Okay, for the brave souls that would like to expose themselves, please turn on your camera so I can, hi, lovely faces, nice. So if you want to, ooh, Paul, oh, that's a background. I was like, wow, she's in Hawaii or something. Aw, so good to see everybody. Nice. Okay, I really appreciate this. I've been teaching through a screen for quite some time, and it's been sometimes it feels, even though I know there's people there, it's been feeling very lonely in my teaching, because I usually teach in front of larger groups of people, which hopefully will happen very soon. Okay, so let's see what time it is.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Well, 9:59 on mine, but so I'll just open here with a little chit chat before we begin, just in case some people still are going to trail in a little bit late. I just want to do my best to respect the time frame here. So I will do my best to finish. What did we say? Did we say this is an hour class or 75-minute class?
Hour.
Hour? Okay. I would try to be respectful and finish on time. However, since I'm lingering here a little bit in the beginning, I may perhaps go a little bit over 5 or 10 minutes at the most. Okay. So, however, if anybody needs to leave on their time, maybe you got something to do. I just want to say thank you in advance. It's, what was that? I'm sorry. Okay, so, and yeah, so if you have to leave on time, you know, feel free to excuse yourself, and hopefully we can, if you guys have any questions, I'll leave my email to Albert here, and you're always welcome to reach out to me. Happy to help for any questions or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that we have many different levels of practices here, and I've been teaching for about 7 years now. Before I became a yoga teacher, I was a social worker. I'm a master social worker in the community. I've done that for 15 years, so I'm definitely love people. So I have a lot of experience in working with groups of people. So I'm hoping that I can serve you guys in a way that's most appropriate as best as we can with the dynamic diversity of this group, okay? Now, please, if there's something that does not feel comfortable that I am demonstrating or asking you to do, I'll do my best to create options for you, okay? And please take the humbler variation, especially if you don't even have a practice or if you're not sure about the pose. And, you know, there's always a window period of learning things. However, you know, we will do our best to explore as much as we can and to feel the most appropriate in our own body.
That's
okay. All right. Does anybody have any concerns they'd like to share with me? No? Okay, good.
I don't know. What you want me here or here?
Well, just, you know, if like, hey, you know, my hand. Who is speaking? Okay. All right. I'm like, who's that? Who's that? Okay, there's a lot of people here now, which is great. Okay, great. So, you know, typically in a class, sometimes I'll ask the class, you know, what's going on in your body, and people want to tell me. But in this nature here, I'm going to assume that we all have a little bit of concerns. I know all the different highlights that are challenging in the body when we do the yoga practice, especially the weight bearing on the hands and the wrist. And some of those things, if you feel any pressure in the wrist, simply just back off some weight, and your body is quite intelligent. It will know how to kind of back off, and you can take breaks whenever you need to. I suggest if you need a break from the practice, just kind of sit back and sit up tall and take a breath. Part of the practice is to stay connected with us, and at some level, even if it's just sitting with us, okay? There's going to be a lot of looking up at the screen. I'm going to talk probably a lot more, so I'm going to ask you to really tune in with your ears, and we're just going to do the best we can, okay? So we're going to learn about each other by me just looking at you. You're going to learn the nature of my own voice, and that's something that grows over time.
You need long. Oh, I need long.
Okay, so Jacqueline, your screen is moving down, sliding, and it fell. Okay, and then just go ahead and angle it up. Great. All right, let's get started, shall we? Okay, sense of love, compassion, and trust here. Yes. There's a lot going on in this world right now, and you know, I truly believe yoga is very, very healing. It's this beauty of connecting mind, body, and spirit. And, you know, if you get anything out of this practice, I hope you'll find a connection with your own breath, okay? Your breath is a very, very powerful tool And basically it's your life force, obviously, and it's what sustains you. It's what keeps you going. If you build a relationship with your breath, you'll learn eventually how to have a sense of calmness in everything that you do. And it is possible. You know, we have different patterns of breath. Sometimes it's very fast or short, and it all depends on our emotion, right? So if you are aware of your breath, perhaps you can also be aware and more connected to the emotional body, okay? So, you know, we go through a lot of stressors and we don't even realize we're holding our breath, we're holding on to that stress. So if you can connect with your breath, you can also find that relationship of calming the mind and calming the body, okay? And it works together. So we're gonna start with a nice tall seat. If you have a pillow, you can fold it to create some density. If you have a block, sit on a block. If you don't have anything, that's fine. We're not gonna be here too long. Just take a nice seat. The reason I'm gonna move back and everybody can hear me. Yes, give me a thumbs up. Cool. So you can use, I'll use a pillow today. You just sit on the pillow, let your legs drape over, and rest your hands onto your thighs. Palms facing up with a sense of openness, receiving. And I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, but I'll do my best to juggle. If you guys want to type anything in, you're welcome to type. But I'm going to mute everybody just so the voices don't cross over, and so everyone has their different sounds in their environment. But know that you can always type a message to me, and I'll try my best to attend to those messages. Okay, if I miss them, we may have to address some of those questions afterwards. Okay, so take a nice tall seat. And I just want to say thank you all for inviting me into your space. And soften the eyes and close them just for a moment. And with the intention of being aware of your surroundings, where you are in space, and see if you can start to notice your own natural breath pattern. Perhaps it's changing and you're like, is that natural? It is very much natural. Your body is trying to simmer down and figure out a nice steady pattern. So allow it to just happen. And all you have to do simply is sit here and breathe. And can you start to notice the boundaries of your breath? So you want to notice the top of the breath as you begin and trail it all the way to the end. And as it starts to turn around that corner, just make it a little bit more softer. And you just follow the breath from the beginning, middle, and end.
Shame we couldn't have got it on the TV.
Okay, I thought I muted everybody. Okay, then take a nice clearing breath. So you slowly deep inhale through the nose and slow exhale through your mouth. Okay, seal the lips. Inhale through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slow exhale, whether it be through the nose or the mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale nice and slow. Letting go, exhale through the mouth. Place your hands over your heart, stacking. Take a moment to honor yourself, welcoming yourself to your own beautiful practice. Also, welcome one another. This is such a wonderful group to have online. So greet each other, even though you may not know all of each other. Just greet the community in your mind and your heart, a sense of unity, honoring the diversity and the sameness within us all. And if you like, you can keep your hands here, or perhaps you'd like to bring your hands into prayer hands. You can choose. And I'd like you to set an intention for your practice. So what this does is it creates action. It sets a emotional, heart-based connection to your practice. This is what makes yoga special, the practice special, a little bit different from kind of like a workout. It's creating this beautiful intention. And as you set it for yourself, I also want to bring in 2 more elements. I want you to dedicate your practice to someone who cannot be here, or dedicate your practice to anyone you care about or love. And the third intention I'd like you to create is an offering. What would you like to give to the world? So we set something for ourselves, we set a dedication, and something far and beyond. And it can be something very general. And it doesn't matter. It's just more about practicing choosing and letting this intention be a beautiful blanket of love for everyone. And take a deep breath into it so we can seal it in. And let it go. All right, let's go ahead and open up our eyes. Bring yourself to the middle of your mat. Bring yourself down onto hands and knees. So you're gonna stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And you know, we've all been here, it's all fours, and we're just kind of rock into our hips side to side, drop into our head side to side. And start to flex and bend the spine. So we're gonna drop the navel down, look up towards the sky, going into a back bend. Exhale, round into the spine, drawing your belly in, going into cat spine. Drop your navel down, inhale, take a look up towards the sky. And exhale, round into the torso as you draw the belly in like cat. So don't overthink it, you know what the movement is. And just flex and extend the spine. So you're just moving into the spine, chest up, chest rounded. Okay, a few rounds and just go at your own pace. So inhaling as you take a look up, exhaling as you round into the spine. Beautiful, okay. Now from here, slowly, okay, reach your right hand straight forward. We're gonna work on gently connecting with our core, okay? So extend the left leg straight back, push to your left hand, and just take your time to find your center. If you're struggling with the balance, you just bring the back toes down, take a moment, and then slowly pick up the back leg again. So reaching forward, kicking back. Yes, try to find that balance. And then if your low back is dipping, draw the belly in, take a breath, bend your knee, bend your elbow, slowly crunch, and try to meet the knee and meet the elbow together. Inhale, reaching forward, kicking back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reaching forward, kicking back, and bring it in. Let's see if we can do 5 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reaching forward, kicking back. Exhale, bring it in. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly extend and reaching forward, kicking back. Lower your hands down. Go into cat spine as you round into the back. And slowly dip into the spine. Push to your hands. Go into a child's pose. Rock into your hips here, side to side. This is going to be your home pose for some of you. If you feel like you just need to take a break, you can also be here. So either sitting up nice and tall, focusing on the breath, or going into this shape, child's pose, and focus into your breath, okay? And you return whenever you're ready. Come back onto your hands and knees, and let's do the other side. Left hand, inhale, reaching forward, right leg kicking straight back. And when you're ready, when you found your balance, draw the belly in, just think about it, pull the belly button in, and then slowly dragging your arm and legs like as you're dragging through mud or honey, and you're just slowly finding this nice connection with your knee to elbow. So reaching forward, inhale, kicking back. Exhale, round into your spine and have your knee and your elbow meet. Okay, let's do 5 more. Inhale, reaching forward, look forward. Exhale, round into the spine, pull and draw it in. Nice. So just tune into the words. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round spine, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round spine, crunch. Nice. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round spine crunch. I lost count, but we're gonna do one more. Inhale, reach. And exhale, round spine crunch, and land your hands and your knees down. Beautiful. Now slowly, I want you to land your hips all the way down. So bend your elbows so you ease into the back. And I want everybody to come down onto their bellies. Okay, now point your toes straight behind you, firming into your thighs, and bring your hands to the side of the ribs, okay? So not under the shoulders. Open the shoulders, elbows pointing straight back, and drop your chin down. So you're not cramming in the back of your neck. And then slowly lift up into the chest, point your toes, firm your belly, and think about where your pelvis is, your hips, and you're just gonna press them down into the ground and point your toes, and then slowly look your eyes forward and then up. And then think about your hands pressing into the ground, squeezing your triceps back, pulling your shoulders back, and you're only lifting up towards the bottom of the ribs, no higher than that. And this is called Cobra pose. And then slowly lower yourself down. Now to keep the spine safe, you gotta make your legs super strong. So point the toes. So we're gonna reset here for a moment. Hands to the side of the ribs, forehead down to touch the ground, just lightly. Now squeeze your triceps and your elbows back. So that's gonna expose and open up across the chest. Think lengthening and lift your chest up. And you only have to lift just to the bottom of the ribs. Keep your hands to the side of the ribs, side of the elbows pointing up towards the sky. So bend your elbow, Diana, there you go. Hands to the side of your ribs, okay? A little higher. And then slowly come down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, slowly lift up the heart. And you don't have to lift any higher than feels safe, okay? If you especially have your spine issues. And exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Beautiful. All right. Now, slowly push to your hands and send your hips back towards your heels, going into a child's pose. Nice. Beautiful. Now come onto all fours. Beautiful. Now go up into a top of the plank. So just kind of testing your strength and your abilities, and push your hands to the ground. Draw the belly button in. Make your legs strong. This is a full body experience. Oftentimes we focus on the shoulders. Focus on some of your energy onto the legs, onto your toes, into your fingertips. And then very slowly, just the knees tap down. One knee taps down, the other knee taps down. And just you're kind of like pedaling in place, okay? Find a firmness and a bit of control in the body. Anytime you need to take a break, take a break. Keep going for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees down, flex the spine as you drop the navel forward and look up towards the sky. Exhale, round into the spine and pull and draw the belly in. Now, if you're able to, tuck your toes and send your hips back towards your heels. Keep the toes tucked. So you may need to reach back and release that pinky toe if it's stuck. Maybe it's not touching. Now I'm going to give you options here. You can set the weight into your hips, and I'm sorry, the hips into the heels. If this is too much for you, you can control the weight by standing on your knees and controlling the bend in your toes by being a little higher up. If you can take the weight, sit down into your heels. And this is just one way, kind of entering the realm of stretching into your feet, okay? This is not easy for everybody. So just find either standing on your knees or setting the weight into your hips, into your heels. Interlace your fingers and just kind of roll it out here slowly. So now we're just kind of getting into the wrist. So your hands should be interlacing and then roll it around. Beautiful. Now reach behind you. Interlace your fingers and stand on your knees as you slowly either bend your elbows and pull them back. If you have a strap or towel that you'd like to prefer to use to create more space, go for it. Otherwise, reach back and try to get your arms as straight as possible. So you don't have to be perfectly straight, just finding as much as you can. And pull the shoulders back and think about the scapulae, your shoulder blades recruiting towards each other. Chin down the center, breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, release, shake it out. Squeeze the shoulders up towards your ears and roll it back. Okay, do it again. Inhale and exhale. Lower your hands down onto the ground and then slowly come back into that top of the plank again. Now, if you want to modify your planks, just like how we're tapping our knees into that plank, you can always just settle your knees down. Just do your best to keep the plank pose and not like a tabletop where the hips are further back. Find a modification where the hips are a little bit more forward and just adjust your hands, wrist underneath the shoulders. Otherwise, top of the plank. Now, everyone bend your knees, micro bend the knees here if you can, and then slowly push your hips back and start to send your chest down and think capital A. This is downward facing dog, okay? Now, if you have a tendency to round your low back, bend your knees more, okay? Actually, everyone bend your knees and try to tilt your tailbone up through the sky and try to create the length in the spine. Think capital A shape. One more time, bring your chest forward into top of the plank. Now, relatively speaking, don't change the hands or the feet. Just hinge back with your hips and drop the head down. Think 2 lines moving into a capital A. And if it's too far for you, just step forward with 1 foot distance forward with the feet. And take 1 more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Lift up your heels, bend your knees, walk up to meet your hands. Now, your feet, the distance is about 2 fists distance. Bend your knees so much that your entire belly lands onto the thighs. You should have that contact. It is quite necessary. Lower your arms down and then search for your elbows and drape your head down. Now, keep the contact belly to the thighs and maybe you can start to stretch straighter into the legs. This is how we get a deeper stretch into the hamstrings. And if you like, you can start to sway your body side to side. You're welcome to close the eyes, but sometimes you might fall over. So I suggest just a soft opening of the eyes as you drop your head down. Sway, 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 let it go. Try to go to one side, almost like a little bit of a twist to the other side. Come back into the center and just drop your hands down super heavy. Okay, and make some circles. Bend your knees as you start to roll up into your spine. Beautiful. All right. Now step up to the top of your mat. You can't really see everything on my mat here, but just think about these words. You want to measure 1 foot distance from the top and step back. And this will be considered the top of your mat, just so you're not falling over that edge. Great. Now, bring your arms down to the side of your body, feet hip-width distance apart. Okay. Think about your tailbone angling down. And how do we do that? We just kind of draw the low belly in, almost like your belly is scooping in, but your chest wants to cave in too. So you want to lift up the heart. And this is how we keep that attention into our core. Okay. And then palms facing inward, shoulders broaden. And you're just simply standing very tall, full of awareness. Perhaps even revisit some of your intentions here, just to keep your practice heart-centered. And we're gonna apply here breath with movement. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up, palms pressed, look up towards your thumbs. Simply bring your arms down to the side of your body. So synchronizing breath with movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms down. Adding on, inhale, reach up. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Drape yourself onto your belly, onto the thighs as you forward fold. That's how we get into a nice, correct forward fold without overstraining the low back. Inhale, slide your hands up to your thighs, halfway lift until your spine is nice and flat. Exhale, drape yourself over, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, palms pressed, look up towards the thumbs. And exhale, arms down to your side, okay? So that flow that we just did is a half sun salutation. And we're gonna introduce it into a longer flow now, okay? So we're gonna keep going, adding on. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms pressed, look up towards your thumbs. Exhale, hinge, dive forward, fold, touch the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to touch the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Beautiful. And then exhale, land your hands down and step back into that plank. Now, we're going to start together with modified plank just because I want everyone to experience it. Bring your knees down to the ground. As you bring your knees down to the ground, drift your chest moving forward, forward, forward. Bend the elbows. The elbows should be landing on the side of the ribs. You can come down to the ground if you need to. I'm going to. And land all the way down. Point your toes, hands on the side of the ribs, and lift up into Cobra. Now, if you want to go higher up, you're feeling limber in your spine. Keep your legs super strong as you point your toes. Your thighs should be connected and fired up. And push to your hands as you slide your hips slightly forward and lift up the chest. You don't feel right in the low back, you come down to Cobra. Now, slowly draw the belly and squeeze, almost like you're going towards a plank. Then slowly send your hips back, downward facing dog. That's how you safely go into down dog without compromising your low back, okay? All right, take a breath here, inhale. Think capital A with the body, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly lift up your heels, bend your knees. You can walk it forward or hop forward. You can try either or. Inhale, lengthen into your torso. Hands onto fingertips or hands onto the thighs. Halfway lift. And exhale, bow into yourselves, forward fold. You're doing great, Diana. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, palms pressed. And look up. And exhale, arms down to your side. Okay, so that is one full round of sun salutation. We're gonna do 2 more, all right? Step up to the top of your mat if you're not there already. Begin in Tadasana, mountain pose, hands down to the side of your body. Inhale, so take a breath, reach your arms all the way up. Swan dive it all the way forward fold. You can bend your knees, touch the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the fingertips or hands on the thighs. Exhale, land into your hands and step back into top of the plank. So you can stay here, top of the plank, or you can bring your knees down. Try to drift your chest forward. Keep the body strong. Bend the elbows halfway or melt all the way to the ground. Point your toes, open up the shoulder heads, moving up into Cobra, just to the bottom of the ribs, or lift up entirely, hovering your thighs, strong spine, strong belly, shoulders open. Lift your hips up as if you're going towards a plank, but then you start to send your hips back, downward facing dog, chest down, head down, capital A shape. Look at your hands, spread your fingers, try your best to grab the earth ground like you're palming a basketball. Beautiful. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. You can always come onto hands and knees if it's too much on the wrist. On the last breath, on the last exhale, start to lift up your heels, bend your knees, and slowly walk or step forward. Inhale, lengthen into your torso, halfway flat back. Exhale, bow it in, forward fold. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, palms pressed. And exhale, arms down to your side. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach up, palms pressed, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips here, dive, forward fold, bend your knees any amount. Inhale, lengthen into your spine, tone the belly. Land into your hands, step back into plank. Find your variation and slowly lower yourself down. Inhale into upward facing dog or Cobra. Be strong in the belly. And then slowly lift your hips up and back, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lift up your heels, bend your knees, walk up or hop up. Lengthen into your spine. Exhale, bow it in, forward fold. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, stand up, palms pressed, look up. Exhale, arms down to your side. All right, nice work. So that is sun salutation. Now we're gonna play with that a little bit. So we're gonna use it again. Inhale, Bend your knees. So we're just adding a few steps. Reach your arms up, Utkatasana chair pose. Okay. Now set some weight into the heels, sit down a little bit deeper and just relax the shoulders, but reach through your fingertips and look through the sky. So look up towards the ceiling or the sky. And then find one more round of breath here. Exhale, dive forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your torso. Now, I want you to step back with your left leg into a lunge. Back heel is up. And if you have blocks, you can use blocks underneath your hands. If you don't, you can just hands to the floor or hands onto the fingertips. Now make sure your hands in line with your right foot. Bring your back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms straight up. Your right hand comes down onto your right thigh. And then slowly side bend to the right. So you can get that nice arc, nice stretch into the left side of the body. Bend your left elbow, place your hand on the back side of your head and open up your left elbow and look up towards the sky. Now, just to make this pose a little bit more, I want you to feel, pressing down into your right heel and then slowly squeezing your right heel down into the ground. It's not a movement, it's more like dragging in place. Hug it back towards your left knee. So you're really getting that emphasis, stabilizing into the hips here. And slowly find one more breath and come back into the center, reach your arms straight up. Straight up. Cactus your arms, just open up across the chest. Inhale, reach up. Slowly lower your hands down to the ground and simply step back into a down dog shape. And pedal in place. Beautiful, okay? Now, from here, step forward with the left foot. Now, if you found that the knee to the ground was too much, get a pillow, get a blanket, fold it, put it underneath your right knee if you need it. Otherwise, inhale, reach your arms straight up. Okay, this is a low lunge. Lower your left hand down to the left thigh and then side bend. So reach straight up with the right arm and side bend to your left. Nice. And if the more straight you bring your right arm above your head, you're gonna feel more. Okay, think about that connection in your body when with the right knee, the right hip side, into the side of the ribs, all the way through your right fingertips. Bend your right elbow, place behind your head, and then slowly lean back into the head as if you're looking up towards the sky. You may find more of a stretch into your armpit area. And breathing consciously here, don't hold the breath. Okay, slowly reach all the way up with both arms. Cactus the arms, open up into the chest, lift up the heart, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your hands down to the floor and step back into downward facing dog. Now, you're welcome to stay here if you like and just build strength in this down dog, or inhale, bring yourself forward into plank pose. You can drop knees down or just go straight down chaturanga, which is the yoga push-up. Inhale into up dog or cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes and send the hips back into downward facing dog. Lift up your heels, bend your knees, walk it forward. Okay. Bend your knees deeply, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Try to keep the same distance between your knees and your feet, whether your feet are together or feet are apart. Okay, so keep that line, knee over the heels. Reaching up, look up, trust what you're doing, look forward and up, and slowly stand up nice and tall. Make your legs strong and bend your elbows as you cactus your arms, send your hips slightly forward as you extend the heart upward towards the sky. So you get that nice stretch across the chest. Nice. Elbows down more. Elbows down. Squeeze. Keep your legs straight. Keep your heart lifted. There you go. Do it again. Inhale. Bend the elbows, open up. One more. Inhale. Bend the elbows, open up across the chest. Inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, chair pose. Chair pose. There you go. Exhale, forward fold. Drape yourself over. Inhale, halfway lift. And simply step back into downward facing dog. So just walk it back into that capital A shape. There you go. I know Thomas is still deciding, should I listen or look? She's not doing anything. Nice. Downward facing dog. You got it. We're all in the same place now. Beautiful. Now, right leg. Try to kick just straight back. It doesn't have to be crazy high. Okay, just kick back. And then bend the knee and try to bring up the thigh a little bit higher. If you can, open up into the right hip, getting a little bit of a twist there. And then slowly bend your knee and bring it all the way forward between the hands. And then take a look forward. Now it's a lunge here. Now, pivot your back heel down so you got a bit of a 45-degree angle with your left foot. Inhale, reach your arms straight up into warrior one. Okay? So your front knee is at a 90-degree angle as much as you can. Back leg is strong and straight, reaching your arms straight up. Okay? And the back heel is down. Your front knee is stacked over the heel. Now do your best here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling. Inhaling and exhale. Drop your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Now open up your chest, reach back as much as you can. Forward fold into your front leg as you drape your head down. You can drape your belly onto your thighs and keep your back leg long and straight. So we're just dangling our head, stretching into the shoulders. Beautiful. And then slowly release the hands down to the ground, framing your right foot. Take your right knee down and then slowly lift your arms straight up through the sky. Join your palms together, bring it in heart center, and we're going to find a twist. We're going to turn our torso to the right and hook our upper left arm on the outside of your right thigh and find a nice twist here. Optional to tuck your left toes in, optional, and try it out if you like. See if you can straighten that back leg and keep that twist at the same time. For 3, beautiful. 2, so remember, you can take the back knee down if it's just a bit too much for you today. And 1, slowly lower your hands down to the ground and simply step it forward to meet your feet together. Bend your knees as you go into a nice little halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your knees bent and sweep your arms up into a nice chair pose. Beautiful. Let's increase this a little bit and see if you can sit down a little bit deeper. Set some weight into the heels. Try your best to find a nice calm breath. Extend your eyes moving forward and up. Take 1 more breath. Inhale, stand up very strong, reaching your fingertips through the sky. Make your legs strong. Cactus your arms and open up into the chest. Squeeze your elbows down to the side of the ribs and lift up your heart. Do it again. Inhale, reach up. Bend your elbows, open up. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. Bend your elbows, open up. Inhale, reach up. Slowly move into chair pose. Chair pose. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, drape yourself over, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Try to land into your hands flat, so you may need to bend your knees a lot, and step back with your left foot. Take your left foot back forward. Take your left foot back forward. Come back to where you were. Bring your left foot back forward because I want to step back with the right foot, the wrong side, okay? Left leg is forward, right leg is back, hips are square to the front. Pivot your back heel down. Try to anchor that back foot down. Inhale, reach your arms straight up into warrior 1. So your chest is square to the front. Your hips are not perfectly square. They're just as close as they can be. Do your best to rotate that right hip forward. If you're on that tight rope, make your stance a little wider. Maybe you can have more balance. Breathe in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Open up your chest and slowly bow into the front leg. Drop your head all the way down. Take your arms up and over for 3. Beautiful. 2. Back leg long and straight. Try to bend into the front knee. And 1. Softly release your hands down to the ground. Okay, and then slowly drop the back knee down. Reach your arms straight up. And then join your palms together. Find a twist to your left, hooking your upper right arm on the outside of the thigh, and bring your hands together. Okay, and try to rotate into the ribs. Try to lift up into the chest. Optional, tuck your back toes in and give your back leg a lift. Okay, you can straighten the back leg. For 3, try to peel the shoulders back. Try not to look down. Maybe think looking upward just with the eyes is nice. Beautiful. And then slowly go ahead and release your hands down to the ground. Pick up your back heel and step it forward. Join your feet together or feet apart is fine. Bend your knees deeply and come back into that chair pose. Reach your arms straight up through the sky. Nice. Inhale, stand up. Cactus your arms, open up. And then slowly reach up. Exhale, arms down. Okay. We're going to do a little balancing work today. So you can face me and join your feet together. Okay. Stand tall, stand strong, and think strong mountain pose. Okay. It is a core engaging pose. So draw the belly in. The tailbone should move down and the belly should lift and draw in. Okay. Try to keep some of that action. Hands to the hips here. Open up your right foot to the right. Create like a 90-degree angle with your feet. Bending at the toes. Option 1, just slide the foot on the side of the ankle and maybe you're just going to stay here. If you like, you can bend the knee all the way up into the chest. Reach down with your right hand and grab your right ankle and plant the foot into the inner thigh. There is some feedback there. Pick a point on the floor and just tune into my words because the eyes are going to start to wander. So just pick a point on the floor and trust my words. Bring your foot into the leg into the inner thigh into the right foot. Bring your palms together. Okay. Pull in that left hip side, draw the belly in, and very slowly open up as you reach up. And you can bring the arms apart if you like. Stand tall, breathe. If you're feeling really adventurous, you can start to close the eyes, or maybe you can play with looking up towards the sky. You may fall. It's no big deal. Just come back. And then slowly spread the arms open to a capital T and drop the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Yes. And if you can, bring your knee forward and bring it up into the chest. And super slow, extend your right leg back, extend the heart upward, okay? And then maybe you can be more upright and find a little balance, or you can bring it down, parallel to the ground. You may fall, you may waver. You can release your hands if you like. For 3, 2, and then 1. Try to join your feet together. So just as methodically as we went in, you want to try to also consciously bring it back together. Release the hands down to the side, take a breath, and exhale, let it go. Okay, other side, hands to the hips, open up your left foot, 90-degree angle. Bending at the toes, slide it into the inner ankle. Option 1, you stay here today if you're focusing on just building strength and balance. Otherwise, bend the knee into the chest, reach down, catch the ankle, plant the foot into the inner thigh. Join your palms together, stand tall. Bring your prayer hands up to the sky. Open up. You can play here by closing the eyes or looking up. If you're not doing either or, that's fine. Focus on your breath. Bring your arms into a capital T for just a moment. Palms facing down. Bring your hands behind you. You can keep your elbows bent with interlaced fingers and encourage the elbows to squeeze back or reach back with straight arms. Bring your knee forward into the chest. And slowly, you can bring your chest down as you extend the left leg back. It's like a 50-50 balance play there. You don't have to go all the way down. You can be like an ice skater where you're lifting up into the chest and the right leg is strong. Or you can bring your body parallel to the ground, back leg parallel to the ground. For 3, 2, and slowly bring your left foot to meet the right and release your hands down. Take a giant breath, inhale, and exhale, let it go. Step up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees deeply, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into top of the plank. Knees can come down if you like. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale into up dog or keep it low at cobra. Okay, tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Your right leg, inhale, extend, kick back. Bend your knee and open up into the right hip. Slowly take an inhale as you bring it forward between your hands. You may need to take the back knee down and use your right hand to pull your right leg forward. That's fine. Pivot your back heel down. Inhale, reach your arms forward and all the way up into Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, open up your chest. Forward fold into your front leg. Slowly lift up your chest halfway and pick up your back heel. And we're gonna slowly lean into it as you send your body forward into that variation of Warrior 3. Nice. For 3, 2, you can open up the arms if you like. And slowly join the feet together, bend your knees deeply, chair pose, stay right here. Exhale, dive forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into top of the plank. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work, everybody. Left leg, inhale, extend, kick back and up. Bend your knee and open up at the left hip. Inhale, extend, kick back. Bend your knee, bring it all the way forward between your hands. Try to get there as best as you can. You may need to crawl with your left tippy toes. Pivot your back heel down, 45-degree angle with that right foot. Reach your arms forward and all the way up. Beautiful. Drop the hands behind you, interlace, open up your chest. Slowly forward fold into the front leg, stretching into the shoulders, hinging forward. Back leg is straight and strong. Beautiful. Lift up your chest halfway, pick up your back heel, make your legs strong. Extend the heart forward, step into the left leg and see if you can find your variation of Warrior 3. For 3, 2, look your eyes forward and up. And super slow and controlled, the best way you can. Bring your feet together, reach your arms straight up, chair pose. Nice. Inhale, stand up. Cactus your arms, open up. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, move into chair pose. Okay, we're gonna change things up a little bit. Inhale, exhale, dive forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway flat back. Exhale, land into your hands, step back into downward facing dog. You can stay here or you can take what they call the flow. Inhale, bring it forward into plank, so you have choices. Exhale, bend your elbows, come down. Inhale, upward facing dog, point your toes. Exhale, tuck your toes, keep your belly toned. Try to find that awareness as you send the hips back. Beautiful. Now slowly, inhale, right leg kicks back. And then slowly step it forward between the hands. Okay, inhale, repeat, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, reaching forward and all the way up. And exhale, keep your front knee stacked over your heel as you open up that left hip side into Warrior 2. So now your torso, your chest is open to the left side. Veering off through your right middle finger as you turn your head to the right. Your front knee is stacked over the heel, back leg strong all the way through the glute. So Thomas, I'm gonna help you. You can keep your right leg in front of you and step back with your left foot if you like. Okay, if you're taking a break, that's okay. All right, and then slowly from here, fold your left arm behind your back and reach your right arm straight up and take a nice easy reverse. Beautiful. As you start to return, place your right arm onto the right thigh and left hand reaches straight overhead into a side angle pose. So left hand reaches, bicep is right next to your ear. Nice, okay. And then look up towards the hand. This is side angle stretch. The front knee is bent, back leg is strong. And then very slowly bring your hand down to the floor. Crawl with your hands to your left. And then turn your right toes in. So you got this nice wide leg stance. Look at your feet. Use your hands or use blocks on hands. Inhale, lengthen your torso. And then everyone bend your knees a little bit. Turn your toes in a little bit, okay? And think like a squat a little bit, and then extend the hips straight back as you extend the spine. Try to guide your belly between your thighs, and then start to straighten the legs so you can get into the hamstrings. You may not go all the way down. You may go further down if you have a round spine, but we're not going for the round spine today. We're trying to find an extension. So extension means more of an arc in the spine. We do want just neutral spine, but I'm just using the arc as contrast. So keep your heart extending forward. Diana, you got it. And then use your hands to the ground for support if you can. And then little by little, stretch back into those legs straight. Yes, nice. And take one more breath here. Lift your spine up halfway. Bring your hands to your hips like you got a little attitude here, okay? And elbows pointing back and stand up nice and tall. Beautiful. And simply open up your right toes and step forward to the top of your mat. Bend your knees deeply, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Last side here with the standing poses. Exhale, dive forward, fold. One step at a time. Inhale, halfway lift. You got it, Thomas. Halfway lift, Thomas. And exhale, forward fold, drop yourself down. Okay, land into your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna go straight into the other side. Left leg, kick all the way back and up, bend and then just bring it all the way forward between the hands. We're skipping the bend knee. Pivot your back heel down, reach your arms forward and up, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. And then open up that right hip side to transition into warrior 2. It's just a little shift of that right hip opening up. Look through your left middle finger, turn your chest to the right side of your wall here, and you're looking forward with the left hand. There you go, Thomas. Yes, reach that right arm back. Look forward with the left hand. Everyone else just breathe steady. Okay, Diana, try to pick up the back arm. I'm only saying a few names because that's the only people I see, okay? So like a capital T, forward and back, palms facing down. Fold your back arm behind your back. Left hand reaches straight up into a nice reverse. Take a reverse. There you go. Nice, Mary. And then slowly go ahead and bend your left elbow and place it down onto your thigh, moving into that side angle stretch. Try to keep your chest open to the right side of the wall. And then slowly touch the ground with your hands. Crawl with your hands to your right leg as you pivot on your left heel. So line up your feet, wide leg stance here. Inhale, lengthen into your torso. And second round of bowing in and drop into it. Drop your head down. Beautiful. Okay. Walk your hands to your right, Diana. Yep. Parallel your feet, everyone. So toes in slightly. Wide leg stance. So you're facing towards me, Diana, right now. With a wide leg, toes in, hands down to the floor. Okay, beautiful. Inhale, slowly lift up your chest. Everyone, pick yourselves up and put your hands on your thighs. Turn your toes out. So the toes are turning out in an angle. Your knees are in the same direction. You're taking a sumo squat here. We all know the sumo squat, right? Okay, and you're just kind of moving side to side. Now, your hands are pouring on the inside. Bend into one side of the shoulder, twist, and then twist the other way as you drop into the left shoulder. So just push out into the inner thighs with your hands and just switch, twisting, twisting. Beautiful. Nice. And then slowly sit down nice and deep, and then bring your arms into goddess arms, okay, with the hands up, index finger to the thumbs, hold here and lift up your chest, open up the elbows, stay squatting here, get down a little bit lower if you can. If you can, start to straighten the legs, squeeze into the inner thighs, reach your arms straight up like a big star. And if you can, lift up your heels, breathe, open up. If you can, look up, and slowly go back into the squat with goddess arms. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, straighten into the legs. Reach up, starfish, lift up into the heels. If you can, look up nice and proud, trusting your body, trusting your strength and your abilities. And then slowly bend your knees, hands together. Come down to the ground, walk it back forward. Step back into a nice down dog. Okay, we're gonna take it down to the ground. Inhale, slowly bring yourself forward into plank. Bend your elbows and just melt your entire body towards the ground. Lay flat onto the belly. Very nice. Very nice. Bring your arms into cactus arms. So if you can see me on the screen, pretend that I'm lying down flat onto my belly and the arms are out on the side. Okay, so pretend I'm lying flat on my belly and my arms are out on the side. Okay, now keep the right arm just where it is at a 90-degree angle. Bring your left hand onto fingertips and push away as you roll into that right shoulder. So you're rolling into the right side of your body, getting a little stretch into that right shoulder. Nice. And your gaze is towards the left. And your top leg, which is your left leg, okay? You want to just kind of fold it behind you. And if you want, you can raise your left arm or fold it behind your back. And your head, you can lift it up gently and just place it down for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back onto the belly. Now the hands on the side of the ribs, but bring it out about a foot away from the side of the ribs. So maybe the hands are off the mat. And bring your hands onto fingertips or flat hands and lift up the chest like Cobra. And then shimmy here into the shoulders a bit. And then slowly lay back down. Create the 90-degree angle with the arms. Left arm out to the side, okay? And then press into the right fingertips, roll into the left side of the body, stretching into that left shoulder. Stretching into the left pec muscles. As you bend the top leg and bring the foot behind you. I can't see anyone, but I'm hoping you're stretching into that left shoulder for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, slowly come back. Okay, now 2 options here. I'm going to guide you through it. Reach behind you, interlace your fingers, forehead down to touch. Okay, straight body. And when you're ready, inhale, slowly lift up your chest like Cobra. And I want everyone to bend your knees, okay? Bend your knees so your feet are up in the sky and your interlaced fingers, and when you're lifting up the chest, you look kind of like a bow here. And if you want to try, separate the hands, grab the outer ankles. If that's too much, don't do it. Just keep the hands reaching back, lift up the chest, bow pose, look up with your eyes for 5, 4, use the power of your legs to pull back into the arms. So kick back, 2, and then 1, let it go. Very nice. Okay. Rock your hips side to side. Turn around and lie on your backs. Turn around and lie on your backs. Bend your knees close to the bum, hands down to the side of the body. Flatten your entire spine along the mat. When you're ready, push down into the center of your heels as you drive your hips up towards the sky. Lift up one shoulder and tuck it back. Do the same thing on the other side. Interlace your fingers and press down into the arms and push down into your feet and lift your hips up super high. 5, 4, bridge pose. 3, chin down the middle, don't turn your head. 2, and 1. Okay, lower the hips down. Bend your knees into the chest, rock your hips here side to side. Hold on to your right leg, interlace the fingers, wrapping around the shin, and extend your left leg down. Okay. Wind up at your right foot, make some circles, loosening up into the ankle. Bring your right arm out into a T, use your left hand. Touch your right leg with your left hand and use it to guide into a twist. So bring your right knee across the body to the left side. Twist into the low back as you shift your gaze over the right shoulder. Conscious breathing here, staying connected for the last 3, 2, and 1. Come back into the center, switch sides. Okay, hold on to the left leg and extend your right leg all the way down. Make some circles with the left foot. And then very slowly bring your left arm out into a T. Bring your knee across the body to the right and look over your left shoulder. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale through the nose. And exhale.
It's 11 o'clock.
Thank you so much. We're winding it down. Bring it back into the center. Sit up nice and tall for a moment. Legs straight in front of you. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, slowly forward fold. Hold onto your feet and drop your head down. Forward fold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then slowly lift up your spine. Keep your knees bent, everyone. And I want you to pretend here that we're throwing each other roped, okay, for support. And you're gonna very slowly hold on to that rope and slowly start to lower yourself down. If you have any low back issues, just use your hands to the ground. And you're slowly really just trusting yourself. As you reach that point where you feel like you wanna drop, see if you can pull the belly in even more, even more. Doesn't matter how slow, just take your time as you slowly lay yourself down. We are going a little bit over time just so you can have Shavasana. Shavasana is a very important pose in the yoga practice. So lay your legs straight. If you have low back issues, you can keep your knees bent, maybe a pillow under each knee. Open up your chest as you draw the shoulders down. Give yourself some space. If you have something to cover your eyes, cover your eyes. Keep your eyes soft or closed. And I want everyone to say in their mind, if you want to try to learn a mantra today, I'm going to share these words with you. Close your eyes and just say in your mind or out loud, Sat, which means truth, Chit, which means consciousness, awareness, Ananda means bliss. So 3 times in your mind, you can say, if you like, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Truth, consciousness, and bliss. We'll be here in silence with your own breath for about 2 more minutes. This pose is very integrative. What it does is it allows the whole practice to absorb into your body. The mind takes quite a bit for it to settle down. And I'll share that with you. Yes, Diana. Just go ahead and lie down and let it go for a moment. Allow yourself to have this sense of grace and serenity, which is very much needed, especially in our trying times. I'm going to be silent for another minute here and just trust that you will be here very present with yourself. And just allow the grace to overflow and soothe and relax your mind and your heart. And you're always welcome to stay down a little bit longer, but I'd like to slowly bring you back. So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, very gently turn your head left and right. Gather your knees into the chest, give yourself a sweet hug. And when you're ready, roll into the side body with your right arm above your head, using it as a pillow. Fetal position on the side body. The beautiful commonality we all have here. This is the first pose of life, fetal position. We all began here. And take your time as you press into your hands and lift yourself up into seat. And you can come face forward towards the screen. Reaffirm into your body, spine nice and long and tall. Thank yourselves in your mind and your heart for joining the practice today, connecting breath with movement. And it's just to move through any blockages, or perhaps we're feeling overwhelmed, or perhaps we're just where we are, whatever it is. Okay, wash it with a nice, beautiful breath. Inhale. Exhale, let it out. Ultimately, so we can be of service to one another and our friends and family. Join your palms together. Feel the silence, the pertinent silence that we need and that we deserve, so we can heal ourselves, so we can be stronger, brighter, and fresher for everyone. Thank you everyone for joining me today. If you like, you can chant one Om with me, create a little sound healing. If not, you can just listen. Take a nice generous exhale, slow inhale. Om. Thank you everyone for your time. Namaste. If you have any questions, you'd like to stay in touch with me, I'm happy to share my information. My name is Stella, if I didn't say it already yet. Thank you everybody for your patience and your earnest efforts. And please, I'll stick around a little bit for a little Q&A if you like. And if you do need to take off and go, please feel free to do so. You have to unmute yourself. So just touch the screen and just unmute yourself. And I'd love to meet all of you if I could. All right.
Stella,
nice. Hi.
I appreciate this yoga session because for the longest time I have lower back issue, and lately more so. And I can see some of the poses was just great on the lower back, right? So
did it feel harmful or did it help?
It really helped. What happened is I've been playing tennis for many years, and lately it's all about bad habit. Hitting the wall and not turning right. So you're hitting without moving your lower back. So lately has been an issue. So I have taken a couple times yoga classes. The problem for me is like when you are used to be moving for 40 years and then now you're doing yoga, which is standing, it's a totally different thing. It's a lot of effort.
Yes, it does. It's definitely a bit of a transition there. Yes.
I wish I have taken yoga classes many years back.
Oh no, right now. Thank you, Colleen.
I really appreciate your this, and then hopefully I will continue taking more classes.
Yes, please. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. If you guys want to do again, I can coordinate with Albert or Mary. I'm thankful that you feel that it's beneficial. It takes a little time to get the poses and understand. But you guys, from what I see, I'm hoping, I'm gonna trust that everyone was able to do their best, and I'm thankful for that. I'm here to answer any other question. Thank you, Mary and Joseph. I don't know if you guys know this person, but they helped me connect with all of you. So thank you so much.
No, that's good.
If you want to, here, I will write down.
Yeah,
the mantra So the mantra is Sat Chit Ananda, and I've been listening to by David, thank you, to Deepak Chopra, and he's been sharing a lot of different mantras, and this one's a very popular one. It's a very beautiful one. Sat, which is, I'll just say it, S-A-T, Chit, C-H-I-T, and Ananda, A-N-A-N-D-A, Ananda.
And what does it mean?
Sat means truth.
Truth.
Chit means consciousness, awareness, just awareness of your being. And Ananda means bliss. So we all can achieve that bliss if, you know, it's not really about the attachment to the word, but it's a sense of a feeling that we can create a sense of peace within the self. If, you know, if you wanted to chant these words to yourself in silence for like 5 minutes, you can do that. You could set a timer. It's actually quite lovely. It's very transformative, you know. So if you wanted to do that for 5 minutes, that's also doing yoga. It doesn't always have to be such a rigorous practice. Maybe that's all you have is 5 minutes in your car or before you start your day. And having a mantra will help you focus into that practice as well.
Excuse me, how often you do the classes?
Right now, this is the Saturday I'm doing with you guys, but if we wanted to create some kind of schedule, we definitely can do that. It can be through private, or you can be through this organization. It's up to you guys to come together and just let me know. Mary's a really great point person for me, so if she wants to navigate that with me, that would be helpful, because I don't have you guys' information. So
thank you, sir.
But this class you want to be giving every Saturday?
I'm not sure. We'll see, right, Mary? And we can also do it privately if we want. We don't have. We can do different ways. It's up to
So Stella is a private yoga instructor. This is the first course we're doing with her for West Singerville Valley. So if you guys have positive feedback, any feedback to give, please let Albert, Mindy's staff know. So if we get a lot of positive feedback, I'm sure we can do another class, because, you know, we are wanting to continue to do some more wellness classes for the members at the association, because again, this is a really difficult time for everyone. Things are starting to open back up, but I know fitness, meditation, yoga, stretching, all of that is still very much something that is, you know, not really open to the public at the moment. So if we can continue to offer this for members, if it's something members want, we can definitely arrange for that to happen.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Stella.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and if you want my email,
Sure.
you can.
Yes.
My email is Stella the number 4 yoga @gmail.com. You just have to remind me how you know me, because sometimes I don't know who's coming from where. So just let me know if you want to reach out to me. Any questions, I'm happy to help. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you. Appreciate.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So Albert,
Yes.
stay in contact with me. Yes.
So definitely. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.